quick there. And double check it's popping up here. It is. And let's continue our game. The game that I haven't played in like fucking months. And last time I think we got a religion. Or not a religion, a political ideology. And also, I was kind of stuck here.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Sliding out, a drawer presents you the folders you already went through. On top of them is the handwritten note. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
That seems very important, as if I should probably write it down somewhere. I don't have a pen and paper next to me, so I'm just going to write it down on the handy dandy whiteboard. Everett's shoes. Special whirling. Watch this be like something that the game is just gonna auto-fill in for me. That would suck. Also, I'm sorry I'm on your spot, boy. I don't want to disturb you so much. But, let's see. Borscht? I don't know why I'm trying to spell this right. Obviously, I could just figure out water Everett's plants. Or watch this just be a to-do list. It could just be a to-do list, but who knows? Either this is a secret code or it's just a to-do list, but it's something for Leo to remember, so sweep off his floor and then get more banners. And if it is a to-do list, what if I do the things on the to-do list? Or what if I find Leo and I remind him about the things on the to-do list to do? These are a lot of questions that I have that may not get any answer whatsoever. But I'm an idiot who will write everything down. Or what if I can berate him about all of this stuff? That would be funnier. Question him on his lack of banners and other things. That would be funny. Anyway, unless it's just a random note of no importance, other than just to tell Leo to do things and berate him. Or it could be a secret code. Or it could be absolutely nothing. Who the fuck knows? I'm going to find out one way or another.
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Damn it, I wasted my life. Oh well.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions.
Now I've been played by the game.
Materials.
Damn you, game!
From the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Still keeping that list.
The same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock.
Also, that's kind of my fault for not remembering.
Where the imports are being sold.
But it's been fucking, what, months since I started this game?
You already went through all of these. The drawer slides.
Hi, Mom. Thank you for getting me food. Do you need me to, like...
Yeah, this. I meant the food.
Okay, I just need to grab something, I guess. Thank you.
I'll be back.
I believe you. got chicken.
Mine has 6 strikes on it. Has you not seen my water? Well, you were taking too long, so I left.
I'm guessing this is my soda.
Yes. Coke Zero.
Thank you. Right there, eating. Mm. Day briefing with Kim. Replace the lost wheel. It may take a while. So many tasks. Okay. Collecting rainwater. Oh. I guess that's how I get over there. Red pine trees are printed on the screen copy looking like before I saw through snow. Composite eye of I watch you emit a low buzz. What's over here? Jim wants to rest for the night, so I do want to try to get home. Or at least to have to home.
Numerous empty wine bottles glisten in the rain. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Did I do this?
Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
So he said I must have been busy. Looks like I had a lot of fun. I'm still not convinced to me. It's just and scouting mission in the harbor. I'm still not completely convinced it's me.
But it doesn't matter right now. Let's just move on.
Oh. Conversations advance time. I'm trying to fucking... I can't get out of here. I'm just kind of stuck, okay? Fuck it.
This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
This is where Renee works. I'm gonna look around.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Okay.
Why did you take that picture of René?
Gonna ask him
You
about
are
it.
really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure. As long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Fair enough. Well, have a seat, Vast.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Search for a little something up. Yeah. Breathe deep.
Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate. Stale air floods through your nostrils. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date.
Read the side effects.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, air death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse. Maybe this was a bad idea.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
It's either take... I think take them means like actually like take them, so I'm gonna just get up.
You stand and exit the booth.
Disco ass blazer. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Lighting on the platform.
A rustic control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arret are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh on. Arret off.
On.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Alright. Is there anything in there?
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Means whale. Okay.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe. I can't tell. I think we should
do?
investigate further.
Because I don't.
Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
You're right, it's probably nothing. It was hanging from a crane. I don't know, Kim. It just feels special. Inspect the container. Maybe there's contraband inside.
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
Open the
You
door.
attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Knock
No
on the door.
reply.
Persuade the door to open with rhetoric. There is no chance.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over my
Now
wits.
is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Fair enough. I still don't know how to get down. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machine is sleeping. Sign no work of machine in the yard. Musk of oil comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. Free money. Yoink. Digital size sermons. Smells like burnt coffee. Who are you?
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
Fair
The
enough.
accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi, do not interrupt this man with his joyous activity. I'll say hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What's it with people in scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
The amazement to yourself. Oh, it is so much prettier than Jabal
Sure
Green.
is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Who are you there? More banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
See? That's why I wrote it down. What about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What do you mean by taking the soup for the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Oh, put myself on.
Oh, the whirling's good. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
It's about that
Oh,
container.
that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Oh.
Told you.
You win this round.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs and then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
He's an alley, y'all. I just want to know if I can find him.
Oh, Mr. Everard is usually in his office, of course. But he already left for the day. He always leaves around 10 p.m.
Okay. Here you be
Oh,
it.
yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot.
Oh
I
my.
just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
This so it's like 2/3 fucking ice. Jesus Christ. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of ice in that fucking cup. Anyway. Oh.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellet. But everyone calls me Leo.
Is his hand a
I'm
welcome
like
gesture?
Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away.
Okay, Leo.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
You know what, Leo? You're
But
not
I can't
good.
listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Hold on, who's this?
Oh,
Miss
Lizzie,
Baker?
she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
Fair enough.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
Alright.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Oh.
Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
His eyes and false lines watching uniquely with his blue
So
eyes.
Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting.
Well, I think you're doing a great job
Yes,
here, Leo.
this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
The lieutenant smiles at the little man. Hey!
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
You didn't think it was possible, but the smile became even wider.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
Why's our
Oh,
gravity?
most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with the confidence.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So
Oh.
no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but he seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
But what did they do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
He
Look
looks
at
at
him.
you.
It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Too rowdy. Leo, what kind of fight did they get into? You kill a mercenary? Okay, let's hear about this fight you got into.
Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving, and the words are spewing forth. Words, words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on till the end of days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who, no, he already switched to a prized fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions.
Bye-bye now.
Banner sags under the weight of the rain and snow, white waves on red.
A large table with 2 huge vacuum-insulated thermal coffee dispensers. Someone has forgotten a small plastic card next to the stacks of cups. You snatch up the red plastic card. It features a black contour of a crane lifting a container. The name, Etienne Hogarth, is written in the middle. Below it, in smaller text, member of the board. It comes with a magnetic strip meant to open electronic doors.
Ooh. That'd be useful. stairmated pallets is leading up. This is cleaned up for the night. This my man doesn't leave any incriminating documents behind. Taxidermy fish. It tells the time. Okay, let's see if we can't properly leave. What's up? I'll still convince that door to open eventually. Yes, I am. I'm playing games. Yes, they heard you. Also, I sent a text. I was like, I don't answer those.
Was I in the car? Was I at Chick-fil-A?
You were, in fact, at Chick-fil-A time.
Yeah. Steak.
Let's go into the Whirling Rags and ask about, if we can't work something out about staying.
Can I help you?
So about how many of them?
Have you got it?
We could work out some sort of arrangement
Does
for the
that
night.
arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something, let him. I will pay you back tomorrow. You're not this cop.
As a police officer, you must understand that I cannot take you at your word without evidence. Evidence being money. You can't stay here without money.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know? This is gonna
Not
go
until
anyway.
you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
He stopped
I
me
mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it.
Don't forget the Bell's box. It's all in the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock. Not until you
Okay.
I really
Oh, Lieutenant.
I have to go use the bathroom now. At the worst possible time. I'm sorry, boy. I'm just gonna pause it. Be right back. sorry, boy. I'm sorry I left you without giving you any pets, and that I had to go use the bathroom. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Anyway. Bed up to 21 and not one after. At night, the streets are empty, or by 2, everyone is asleep. Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. All right, let's not take them now. Then come back once we realize we have to. Have this conversation again, and then take them.
Sounds likely.
Yeah, we will have that conversation. How much money do I owe exactly? Like, if you had to put a price point on the amount of money I owe. It doesn't tell me how much money I owe. It just says I need money. Don't worry, these big fully renovate the hillside. This postcard will sell for a pretty penny. Sewer gateway, a gateway to the river of filth.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the
Officer, the flashlight, please. Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
It's cool you're still open. Big city
The
vibes.
pawn shop is always open.
Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on? +1, Roy doesn't really sleep.
Nope, still no clue. You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately.
Missing guy.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
There's something I'd like to sell.
Sure. Let me have a look.
Show him the photo. I'll check my
Anything
pockets.
else you're thinking of selling? I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
Looks you up and down quickly.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
Bane looks at. Do you know what the tattoo means?
Photic path, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
Another time, perhaps.
My research brought my strength to cold-blooded. Conscience, a white morning. The sweet smell of lily in the valley. A man's forgotten its name, but still remembers the feeling. So if he puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. An advanced race day. Well, I don't want to sell his hubcaps if I don't have to. All the other places are pretty much fucking closed right now. It's not like I can get anything for the thing, and I still don't know exactly how much I owe.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? For the room, 60 real.
60, and I only got 22.
Yes.
It's all about money. You gotta spend money to make money. But money's what really matters, eh?
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives you a quick.
Well, I guess I got no choice. But I can ask him more questions about it.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
I have something here we...
transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can... There are spinner hubcaps. Frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
What do you mean you
A
confiscated
couple of
them?
weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son, and high.
So you look at the spinners. So you took the spinners?
I took them, and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Okay, Kim, isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put the spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cup with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Thanks, I
The
appreciate it.
lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are capo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Cool cop? Some kind of weapon cop? Sorry cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping I'm the superstar cop.
That is only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again. You're the...
Sorry cop?
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Often, you know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. Fucking, they should be sorry. Won't the other corpo types be jealous?
Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Could always just sleep on a bench.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a misc banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you. Here's the 60 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his
The
pocket.
rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Imagine I just buy something instead of sleep pop. Instead of getting to sleep in my bed, I just sleep on that fucking bench instead, and I pocket the $60. Anyway, thanks, Kim. That's terrible.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you... Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
No, I got a skill, so I can use it to unlock another thing. White morning. Righteous self-critique. Rigorous self-critique. Which one of these should I internalize? Hobo cop. Inexplicable feminist agenda. Cop of the apocalypse. Book collector, regular law official. Let's internalize the self-critique now.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright. Fair enough. I mean, we're making progress.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
Didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How'd you get so cool,
I
Kim?
mean, this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash. Illuminates a fleeting smile.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, below it all.
Right then.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
I still can't believe I missed the shot.
Being sober tends to help with precision. But moving on to the interview, we didn't get to meet Eva Claire, but we did get into the harbor. It'll be easier to reach him tomorrow. We didn't talk to the White Man's rep. We really must do that tomorrow. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I've trained for long distance running. I want to raise money for charity. That's just have to roll in the Precinct 41. Do things I do, Lieutenant. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast and the rest just tries to keep
It's
up.
impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hands.
Not so really tap his finger in his cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. goes with the orange.
Looks, your skin chews and smiles suddenly. So what exactly are our powers? So what are our powers exactly?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
1,000? Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station calls here. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts, in Couvon and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
In his coat pocket where he keeps his notes. Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
And who makes all the rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was a sense of, well, let's say it was the government.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Fair
Or
enough.
if they think you do.
Dave, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Who is Dolores
A
Day?
historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
I have an opinion on the
Do
Monty.
you?
Japan out there. Them here give us done an awful job here. This place, this is Elysium. Studios of the world's biggest negotious organization protecting of this bourgeois. Right? Anyway, mutter silently. And kids, you men are turning into women. God damn. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. It's bad out here.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Actually, vigilante's okay. Maybe we should make our own law. Actually.
Then you will adore Martinez. For many of these people, the Union especially, vigilantes is precisely what we are. Personally, I don't enjoy it much.
So I think just look into the
The
night.
dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuraga's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And in Jamrock and
We
GIH.
run this city.
Grr.
West of the river is RCM land.
It's a dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are...
Shakes his head.
But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation would, well, help improve the situation here. At least do some
Me
good.
too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks at the door. See you in the morning. Bye.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, tutorial friend.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the
Its
pillow.
synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Check the
It
blanket.
barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Well, over to the other
It's
side.
a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him?
Something
Why?
to do with...
Who?
What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh. That's fun.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
It's a boarding hospital where people usually go to die. I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is! I'm not answering you before you tell me who you are. You said who? I left? I was left?
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
Said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
What is Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
Okay.
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Not the shit factory.
Good going, buddy.
To be now when I close
Yes.
my eyes.
Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
The hell's going on with me?
Why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
To get more of it than detecting. Wait, what is speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
No, I could take this. I'm not gonna go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
It's a lie. I could do this without the help of speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. The door is closed. This door can...
Oh, hey. Good morning. Morning, Kim.
Morning.
Is it quick
Looks like
night?
we can get to work at once. The union must have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Gate told us about
I
yesterday.
completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. But less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it.
What do you
I
mean,
mean
Rowdy?
ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Why do we need to talk to
Everything
them?
points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
There's so many of them. Maybe we should call in
That
reinforcements.
would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So
You
let's
out?
keep a cool head,
Alright.
okay?
See you, man.
See ya. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. That's all.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But Aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to your man.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Amy seems genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
Since
I'm glad to see you again, dear.
you just smile. Need to ease up our conversation. Tell me, how might I... Up to you?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
She sighs. Wait, what's wrong with the phone
The
line?
manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Oh. Boy, was that you?
Fine, shut up.
I bet it was you, boy.
Huh? Going out the door?
That's what I thought, but I think it might just been the boy.
Yeah. Right,
Class, you sounded like someone at the door. Oh, good boy, good boy, you. Never change, boy. Why didn't you use the phone
Let
anyway?
the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
My main thing. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing
That's
before?
just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully, but you have more important things to worry about.
What was this expedition your husband was
Just
on?
some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Spoken, they probably are just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband's some kind of scientist?
Yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Oh.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite.
About my looks, character, your
Oh
relationship?
dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Let's try again. If I were to try to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn.
Oh.
Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did you two meet?
By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me more about the rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodea. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate
I like your spirit,
sticks or
inland.
leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us officers.
She looks you in the eye and nods.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the plasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping's all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Does it have cool powers?
Yes. It can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
Oh. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Okay, what's so special about the stick bug then?
Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Maybe you could come to tell her some cool cryptids. Come on.
You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
I want to know everything about cryptids. Living cryptids, extinct cryptids, mainland cryptids, land cryptids. Bring
we
it
don't
on.
have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
It's all for now, man.
Can I help you?
What my bill
Got the
tonight?
20 real. Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow. Another thing. Great. I love those.
Why can't you go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
But there may be something pertinent to investigate in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
To the phone line's dead?
And the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
True that there was foul
Who
play.
told you that?
It doesn't matter, I just want to know who you suspect.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
Goodbye. Hey, friend.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
You're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Yeah.
So let's get to
That's
it.
who I'm.
You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss
I
Buford?
suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Tall man by the table.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
What if I want to talk to you and not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What are you going to do to me? That's not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Albatro, the man takes a sip of his
So
beer.
ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Privatization is not. Well, it's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not. Individuals. You heard that, but it's found the RMC is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask those questions.
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
To all
Like
of
I
us.
already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Should talk to Titus then.
Hey.
Who, me?
Yes. You. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Oh. Oh. It's tobacco. For a minute overalls, toting guns, and Union place cards. Side.
This is where you say your bed.
A botch the man points at you for a beer can. Oh.
Detective.
Then acknowledges you for sharp. No, it's even it to you. Does anything yet?
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
The chatter is too innate to reach your ears. Raise your chin and sit a distance like a prince. We need to talk about the man in our back.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
First, we need to talk about your attitude.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
Must be something in the water in general.
He says
Yeah,
something.
gave them real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
I like how your tie's like,
You
guys,
might
you
want
are.
to start asking your
You're
questions.
talking a lot about this
It's not
dick.
going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Oh.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing. The odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Is your 8th?
What are you
Your
talking
boy?
about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
Sizes you
Or
up.
what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl. Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He pointed at the lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other.
10-year just
Officer, your
spectacles.
question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
The man hid in the backyard. Did you hear it?
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They couldn't get him down, boss. He's still up there, stinking up the place.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
When the dead man saw occult vision. Poof yet, why is there a container belt neck around the dead man?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Guess why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Uh-huh. So you just confessed to murder?
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
I don't have to. One of them was more complicit than others.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest. Which we all know you won't be. What you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
And just like that,
How
no
many
remorse.
people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
He's saying as if it were worse than dying. Just do my job, that's all. What we do is different. We enforce law, just like you just like killing people like it's nothing. Honestly, I drink too much, I can't really remember any except buying bars.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
When did the hanging
You
incident
don't
occur?
have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for White Pines? The shipping company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He revs his chimp tandem all over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still.
Didn't they teach you anything?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Let me be another
Maybe
question
wrap it
then.
up instead?
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out alive.
You repeat, jaw clamp shut like a
What
vice.
kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how did you even know he was in Special
Because
Forces?
one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either. But he fucking did. Right there.
Points to
Some
stage.
kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wiped spittle from his mouth. Okay, that's not cool.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over.
Cracks
That
his
was
knuckles.
before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Lieutenant, trying to make sense of his flow of
Yeah.
information.
This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young, gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?"
Jesus.
Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Is this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? 8, you said? Okay.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Why don't I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
We could get ourselves killed, or we could read the room.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
There's no way I'm gonna get this.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
First, you tell me someone's been raped, then you don't say who. That's bullshit.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
Maybe you're right. I mean, I'm not the law after all. To yourself. Everyone's... Well, I'm the law.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop crashing into people in my establishment! Stop provoking those oaths! They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
Doesn't it concern you, cafeteria manager?
Of course it concerns me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my bar. It's embarrassing.
We are deep in forest territory. We need to cool off and re-engage later.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Okay. Okay. I have a base of +3, plus learning skills of, which is at just point, so I should normally be at 4, but I got -1 for item, -1 from thoughts. Ah. This one. And this one. Okay. Let's go in here.
The tear machine stand. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a... The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Guess we're gonna talk to this guy over here. Oh, and I can open this up. Look at this. Half-light. Who are you, sir? Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Have a good day, Mr. Dubois. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around. Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, take a seat.
He gestures. Yup, why are you calling me? I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
Don't sit, it's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins are moving like ocean waves. Yeesh.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wing. Damn, this chair is uncomfortable. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
Points to the giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comedically
It should be
huge.
sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Keep it, I'm good.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
That's arm section instincts further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
How do you know about the mouse
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
The chair is killing you. The side effects, spooks, composure 4. Kim.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Well, there's no one going to express myself.
You're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
So what? Men can cry too.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. You'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
I know my Harry's keep sliding down into a chair like a jello shot.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Actually, this chair's uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Aren't you ask me how I got in?
To ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
I understand I am a terrifying... I understand I am a terrifying death machine.
Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on eccentricity. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Could you help me get a dead man down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Also, I studied the footprints at the crime scene. Worker
I can
boots.
certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
Why'd you call me
Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
That's really my name.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
Mary's fine, I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Everett over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Kim suspects something.
As you look at the folder,
Double sixes, baby! What the fuck is that on the impossible
He's
checks?
hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man.
He looks
so
annoyed.
is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Henry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
I'm looking to your shady
I
brew.
don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
I want to talk about the painting.
Of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Kim, is that you? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
No one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
Loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
Moves class
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Okay,
of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Check out my lost gun.
Your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
Even grandmas? God damn.
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Me back with this gun business. Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
We like about this gun business.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
What's in that container outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
If we consider opening the...
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Wait. If he's waiting over there by that thing, that means he's no longer by the button, right?
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened
Been
since
in
you
the
were
world
last
for
here.
2 days.
If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
I don't have any clothes that would improve my rhetoric, right? That would lower my rhetoric. That gives me half light. Visual calculus -1 drama. Conceptualization.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
Knocked you out like God of martial
True.
arts.
I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered a little.
We get by
So
down the
it
tree.
was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree. with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Lieutenant, what if we don't to do
This
that?
is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Okay.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Why are you with
Look at him.
Measurehead?
His craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what?
We're just trying to keep things from going to
Have
shit.
you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could
Look
see
at
it.
you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
I am corrupt every opportunity I get. That's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
There's no side choosing. We did what we had to do to keep order.
What you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Who do you mean?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
I really should have pushed that button when I had the chance, huh?
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. should have just punched him in the throat again. Let's talk about our right to work.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we're all moving
Not
past that
all
now.
of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah. I've been in your room. But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his sincerity. He means every word. Needs to be taken seriously.
One word out of you, pig shite, and you're locked out of the Kuno experience forever. You hear me?
You hear the Kuno?
Seriously risk a relationship with the Kuno. No.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about
That's
it?
where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
What's with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Demo tape? Like some kind of musician?
Yeah. Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. Kuno's a cop killer.
Okay, Kuno.
It's a vitamin pig. Don't you know anything?
Looks like points at the sun.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
Come on, using
You're
dumbbells
not
to
getting
fight.
this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Let's see, ice
You
bulging.
pig, don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Afraid enough of
Good
this.
call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking...
It's the ledger oh, and an incredibly cool piece of kitchen tissue is stuck to the back. The face of King Freecell smiled. An intricate web of blue lines. The pattern still kind of...
Okay. Even with this, it wouldn't be anywhere near enough.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Beautiful. Wipes a tear from your eye. Well, it's down. Great job, wise race mentor. Jesus Christ.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
How many... Don't we have someone else for this? Like a doctor,
No,
perhaps?
you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From autopsy to cleanup to social work. Everything.
Wait, honorary rank of detective?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able. Usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
Yeah, I feel like a
You
detective.
are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, the way I see it,
looks at the corpus, I'm disgusted.
it's either this, or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Evrard, that only leaves the Wild Pines representative. There's one in town, negotiating the strike. She could have information.
No need for a distraction, let's do this.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Which what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit. And the failure of the 38 single,
This has nothing to do with anything. This is just something I know.
was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
What use are you?
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Who's the Copopedia? I think I need to talk to him.
You, sir. You are the Copperpedia.
Clap your gloved hands together. Let's get in
There
there.
truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
I don't know what you
I
mean.
mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
You just fill this in, right? It shows him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
Up the ledger? Field autopsy form. Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Enough.
Come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dream.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Begin.
That's you.
Assistant. Right, Harry
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box says
2. Corner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
He's under me, technically. I arrived at the scene before you. Write it down.
Next. NA. Next. NA.
Age?
Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write 42.
He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The
Right
pudgy
there.
mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex?
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky. Right, pig's gonna have sex. Right, male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still
Date of
going
death.
with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
So sure, didn't the footprints look like he was carried?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Placed his hand on the dead man's chest.
Your central nervous
Preparation.
system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel
Thanks
Kim's
for
hand
sharing.
on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary?
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
Boy, size check. Label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write
The
it down.
boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The
Write
boot
down.
has a serial number. It's E50 .100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse before moving on. Write it down, short light brown hair, male pattern baldness.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
But meant for high velocity.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife with the other hand, pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid, and after a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Good thing we got his chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now...
Points it up and squeezes the dead man's
We need
neck.
to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully. With as much precision as you can.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread, rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
That's your pig,
You
Kuno.
are? You're Kuno's pig?
Stupid argument with Kuno.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together.
We really need to stop picking fights with
Squeeze the
Kuno.
rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his fingers along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No! It's gonna happen, see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
So, more than long.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
Takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
Nothing, I got nothing.
Does. This was pleasurable. I sincerely thank you for touching my hand. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
The dead man's finger slips from your hand, cold and sausage-like. Were we expecting?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of this story...
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
The lieutenant grins. Alright, N.A.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hurched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaw. He stops to exert more force. Both his hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Like inside the dead man's mouth?
No scream. No sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper inside.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Right down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Where's the spot? Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
It's the corpse stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
Am I an expert in those
Nothing
things?
in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
I don't think
Neither
so.
am I.
And that's
it. Same for toxicology and serology, NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
What obscure tidbits and odd trivia? The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
My name add a toxicology
Cardiovascular.
request.
The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last feel on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down, keep the ball on.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 feels. Leave a 4th one too.
What about the injuries we have inflicted?
So we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
So there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters.
But isn't that sloppy?
Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Write down.
And your opinion, officer?
Fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Right. Next.
What's the 4th injury? So
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay.
Dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Right on.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
About a copy of the autopsy
for processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, and then at the corpse
He's
again.
thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Oh, there goes nothing.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. The genitals in his breeches continue to be unnoteworthy. You see the penis of a dead man. If you've seen it once, you've already got the picture.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Got a gut feeling there's more to this corpse.
Well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, we'll have to find a fridge for the
It would have
body.
to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Sorry then.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Can I help you? Yes, yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Corrected.
No, we want to put a very important dead body in
I
your
don't
fridge.
care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Why?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a mall.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no.
Let's go talk to the Frit clerk.
Okay. Is that...
Is this about...
Do you have a fridge?
Right behind you.
Yeah, this is a fridge. Wicked.
Yeah.
She's playing with her hair, engrossed in a magazine.
Right behind you. Yeah.
And you just throw a corpse there.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking. You just throw a corpse of the hanged man in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
Pity, would have been so
yeah,
beautiful.
I don't know.
Hey boy, how are you?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Well, we asked all the obvious options, so now...
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
By the way, Kipt is a racial slur. You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Stop using Game word. It belongs in the past. Just made yourself for me. Kids, nods in approval, but okay, this is superficial. He's like,
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot has got you in a chokehold!
Kuno's not fucking choking.
he grabs his throat like he's choking. I think we all learned a
Kuno's
lesson.
back to full power now. He doesn't give a shit about kids and retards. Let's talk normal shit. Fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck back down?
Okay, now you want a normal conversation, huh?
Yes, yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please. The fuck about it?
What's supposed to be
Kuno
armor?
doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
From to kick off with the
Kuno
imaginary
kicked
helmet.
that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea.
That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates.
What do you mean? Troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Are you telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Katusha's all of his body. Did you do that?
What the fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
The guy said like it's suddenly
He
hurting.
says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Katusha's a booze. Talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
Yeah.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You're testing.
Get lost.
For the fucking. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing.
I thought you would. Where is it?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
Right, no,
Kuno's clock's not doing shit. Kuno's got a fuck.
Don't believe him, Kuno. He just wants to use your fridge.
Humbled himself.
Kuno's a poor kid from a poor neighborhood. Say your job is on the line. He'll sympathize.
At 83%, I picked the right option to get the better thing. And the game fucked me! Absolutely fucked me. Okay. Okay, so 1 plus a 2 plus 3 plus my rhetoric base of 5 with a modifier of 1 got me a total of fucking 9 out of the 11 I needed. What would have been the lowest die score I needed to hit that 11? Oh, 5 plus 1 gets me 6. So I would have needed at least a 5 or higher. And I rolled fucking low as shit. Serious.
The fuck are you doing right now? The fuck is this shit?
Don't pay attention to him. Just keep telling your sad story.
So say everything, Kuno. My memory, my money, even my name. I can't lose my job too. Please help me.
It's not that dramatic. We can just send the body to processing.
Kuno's never seen anything so lame. Listen, pig. If you were Kuno, the fuck would you care?
You're right, Kuno. If I were Kuno, I probably wouldn't
See
care.
sad shit? Kuno doesn't fucking care about this sad shit. Your sad shit. Now, how about you at least try to entertain the Kuno? Or get...
Why don't we go pester some other kids now?
That's actually not such a bad idea. Kids do see stuff.
Kuno doesn't
The man is The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
If you think so, officer, I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there.
Should I do in the
Continue
meantime?
working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks and even the main case, though it might be more difficult. If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
Like, of course, we're driving to the motor cage. The motor cage. I'm so mad about it. I had the highest possibility of getting that. An 83% chance. And the game told me no.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
You guys said you're friends of men, is that true?
The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends?
It's in the borscht you're making.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury rising when your fingers through your hair. Yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
It's a bottle from the shelf.
Of course. Vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
No.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak. You see a heavy steel. The door does not. The old cobalt paint, rough on the it leads to a side building.
Can I talk to you? No.
still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
Yeah, if I do right booth.
The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and...
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
It's up there on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right over the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on. Why are you on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So he's working your shit that night.
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
Like a 10-year has been unguarded for a week?
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Hey, Tookie, guess what? I booted up this game, and then I read a note, and I thought it might have been like some secret code, so I wrote it down. It was just a to-do list. And that's what I did like the first 5 minutes of the stream. It's not even anything. I just find that funny. But how have you been, bud? You seem like you just woke up. Oh. You seem bothered. Something on your mind?
He's a little fucking squirt. We have flour. You could have made bread.
We need to go to the store.
That's where she's going. Chick-fil-A.
We still need to go to the store regardless. For waters, sodas, things of that nature.
Brought you a bag of something. The best of the best of water.
Anyway. Only needs a garden every once before it is. It's mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
It's it. Camp is small and everyone works together. I love it. Dependency only we can demand further. Do or die, there's no middle ground. And we need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keeps folks motivated. Services. That's the profits. Get a few more guys. Expand and repeat. Work is a dead end.
Yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
Aww. Saw a picture in there. Yeah, you were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
His features stiffen, and he gets a cold look.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
As René turns from you to his partner at back,
Cold!
the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at the
a
cross.
crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Damn.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
The Bravo and the setting sun point to his chest. Did you get them
for bravery?
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
That's what I was going to say. Bravery. For killing babies or not for women or bravery.
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
You know the story later, but right now I have more points. He's just gonna save the princeling.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzell thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
What a dandy.
Keep the long and bloody story short. Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Best, usually shakes head. It's been a
I got
bloodbath.
shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Knee, interesting. Actually, can we pick it? Okay. Then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnaud, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
Give up. Can't imagine living without jaw. Touch your jaw. This would never happen to John. Law, point to your jaw. My jaw is tight. Where's... I think that's a fighter.
I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frizzell to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that.
Shakes his head.
13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest, Junior.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drisson. 2 days later that was. And that even while crawling, with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep
it's
down.
probably about to stop pretty soon. What do
Maybe
you ask?
even unbeknownst to the man himself. It's there.
Well, how long have I been going for? No? 3 hours? Yeah, I'll stop after I finish this conversation. I'll let you know. But maybe an unbeknownst, the man himself is there. Impressive. It's been like... It's not impressive, all the rogues and... No, you gotta play to risk it. Hold on, you're just a little bit proud of Renee's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
Impressive. Hello, Renee. Great.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly, and you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Thanks for the story.
There were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again.
You must have clenched teeth.
Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Not right now. Right now, we're going to save the game. And stop streaming for the day. The game would like to close. I mean, take your time, honestly. I'm just sitting here. It's fun to play Disco Elysium. I just feel like I don't have much room to talk because, you know, it's a lot of voice acting and the game is meant for, like, the story aspect. So, I don't know. I just feel like I just want to sit there and listen to what people are saying, you know? But I guess it's fine. Oh, look at him. He's sleeping. Hey, bud. Do you wanna... You know, that works too. That works too. I'm gonna click the end stream button now.